Anthony Joshua break his public silence for the first time since the crash. In a post that was shared to Instagram, the world heavyweight champion released an image alongside what appears to be perhaps the parents of Gami and Ayodele, offering a quiet but powerful tribute to two men.
That people came out to show their respects, but they also came out to support Anthony Joshua, because what must he be going through right now? Yeah.
Anthony Joshua broke down in tears at the funeral of Tsunami and Latif Lot's Ayodele. After being discharged from a Lagos hospital, where he was treated following the tragic car crash that claimed the lives of his close friends, Joshua returned to the UK to attend their funeral at London Central Mosque. In that deeply emotional moment, the normally composed champion allowed his grief to show, revealing how profoundly these losses have affected him. Following his release from the hospital and return to the UK, Anthony Joshua shared his first social media post since the tragedy. He posted photos sitting alongside family members of Tsunami and Latif Lot's Ayodele with a simple but powerful caption, "My brother's keeper." It was a quiet, heartfelt tribute honoring the two men he lost. Spencer Fearon's brief moment with Anthony Joshua at the funeral captured the raw emotional weight AJ was carrying. Without words, their embrace said everything. Inside London Central Mosque, Joshua was not a world champion. He was a grieving friend mourning brothers he deeply loved.
I was walking out because I wasn't going to go say anything to him, but I was walking out. Then I got a tap on the shoulder. I turned around and it was Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean? And we had a brief chat and a little embrace and that. And then I left. But it was, funerals are never good. But
Anthony Joshua's first public post after the loss expressed his heartbreak with striking simplicity. Sitting beside the families of Sina and Latif, his words, "My brother's keeper," had nothing to do with boxing. It was a promise of remembrance, loyalty, and lifelong respect for the men who were family to him.
And this is Anthony Joshua's first post since the tragic accident, okay? This came from his social media, and of course, if you guys didn't see it in the preview of the video, it was simple but strong and powerful. And it stated, "My brother's keeper." And in this situation, it means that he's going to take care of everything. He's responsible for his brothers.
Johnny Nelson's reflection cut straight to the heart of the tragedy. Losing two of Anthony Joshua's closest friends, men he trusted with both his training and his life, has left the heavyweight visibly shaken. Joshua isn't mourning colleagues. His grieving brothers whose absence will weigh on him and their families forever.
Talk about these two young men that lost their lives and their families, how it's affected their families. So you want to concentrate on AJ. How's it going to affect AJ? Instead of concentrating on how's it affected the people that have lost their...
These moments highlight the haunting grief Joshua now faces. When tragedy strikes those closest to you, questions like why them come without warning. Anthony Joshua trained his entire life for battle, but nothing prepares a person for loss of this magnitude. It's a painful reminder that grief respects neither strength nor legacy.
You look at it's always the people that are the best, or, you know what I mean, that end up going first. You know, and you examine like, well, why wasn't it me, or why did this have to happen?
Joshua's words after the funeral reflected how deeply this tragedy has reshaped his perspective. Beyond titles, fame, and success, he was forced to confront a deeper truth. Real value lies in the people beside you. Losing Tsunami and Latif so suddenly reminded him, and everyone watching, that loyalty, memories, and human connection matter more than any victory.
This triumph-wide happiness within yourself, a true blessing, is actually making into this earth. Everyone dies at some stage. So I think across the board, one has to be happy inside. No matter about the material possession one owns, how that's a car and a driving. Very, very careful of other people we choose to hang around with and associate them, because you soon become like the people who spend most of his hell.
She comes around with lions. She receives another lie. So pick your friends and your circle wisely. My sister the kids is, they start to flourish and grow, and blossom, rather than perish, made away and die. So look at the environment, it's the same.
Jarrell Miller's reaction showed how far the shockwaves travelled through the boxing community. Even rivals felt deep sympathy. No fighter, no matter how tough, is prepared to lose brothers in such a sudden and devastating way. This wasn't a fight. This wasn't a headline. It was a life-altering loss that reminded everyone that real pain exists far beyond competition.
You don't know what other people are going through. And even though AJ,
Johnny Nelson reminded fans that behind the fame and spotlight, Joshua's friends were real people with real families. Losing loved ones in an instant changes everything. This tragedy has forced reflection on life's fragility, on loss, and on how pain runs deeper than anything that happens inside a boxing ring.
It's just sad. It just makes you realise how valuable life is, and how things can change in a heartbeat. So when we talk about fights and we talk about beefs, and these things are just nothing when it comes to real life and losing your life. So it was a sad thing to hear, a sad thing to see. God knows how it'll affect those that saw it mentally, emotionally. But you've got to think about these two men who were somebody's child, someone's brother, and that's what you've got to think about, those people that have lost their lives.
Pyname's observation highlighted the brutality of the crash. Joshua may be a warrior in the ring, but surviving a collision that instantly killed two of his closest allies would shake anyone to their core. The mental and emotional recovery will be far more difficult than healing any physical injury.
Such a severe car accident there. Like, alright, he's lucky enough to still be alive, but fuck me, his body must be going through a lot right there. This is not a man who winces in pain easily, right? He gets punched for a living. And obviously, like, you're supposed to take people out of car accidents like that with great care, because you don't want to...
Coverage of the legal aftermath sheds light on the wider consequences of this tragedy. Nigerian authorities have charged the driver involved with dangerous driving after the Lexus SUV carrying Joshua and his friends collided with a stationary truck. While the focus remains on grief and loss, the reality of legal accountability looms large. In Nigeria, reckless driving resulting in death carries serious prison sentences, a reminder of how devastating and avoidable many road tragedies are.
Real image of both of them together. Now, Nigerian police sources has indicated that Adeniyi will be facing some serious felony charges for reckless driving. And I know a lot of you guys are curious, such as I, on, what would be the punishment or the penalty for reckless driving in Nigeria. So I looked it up. And if you are a reckless driver in Nigeria and you cause a fatality on a federal road, that is up to 7.
This moment reflects pain far deeper than physical injury. Anthony Joshua survived a crash that instantly took the lives of his strength coach Sinami and trainer Latif Lotz Ayadel, an accident that could have easily ended his own life. While his physical injuries were minor, the emotional scars are permanent. This is about grief, survivor's guilt, and the unbearable weight of continuing forward when your brothers did not.
Such a severe car accident there. Like, alright, he's lucky enough to still be alive, but fuck me, his body must be going through a lot right there. This is not a man who winces in pain easily, right? He gets punched for a living. And obviously, like, you're supposed to take people out of car accidents like that with great care, because you don't want to...
Eddie Hearn's words captured the responsibility Joshua now carries beyond boxing. In the aftermath of the crash, Hearn emphasized supporting the families left behind, something Joshua has taken personally. Sinami and Latif weren't just trainers, they were loyal companions through years of sacrifice and success. Joshua has pledged lifelong support to their families, proving that the greatest battles are fought outside the ring, with compassion, responsibility, and humanity.
Dealing with the inquiries and the media, and you can imagine how many people are trying to find out.
John Fury's message of gratitude and blessing reflected what millions feel: relief that Joshua survived, and heartbreak over the cost. His words echoed a painful truth: life can change in an instant. For a man accustomed to danger, surviving something that killed his closest teammates leaves a permanent mark. Joshua now lives with grief, guilt, and gratitude intertwined in every breath.
AJ, you one lucky lad. God bless you, I'm glad you're alive again. Shocked me, it has. Terrible. Anyway, good luck everybody and try and enjoy the new year as much as you can and be safe.
Gareth A. Davies unintentionally highlighted how insignificant boxing talk feels in the face of real tragedy. Before the crash, conversations revolved around Joshua's next fight. Now, those discussions feel hollow. His life was changed not in the ring, but on a highway in Nigeria. The focus has shifted from competition to healing, mental health, and honoring the memories of those he lost.
So Anthony Joshua appeared on chat shows, crossed over as a celebrity, a fighter, without being a celebrity.
Tyson Fury's response went beyond rivalry. As others rushed to blame or speculate, Fury called for compassion and unity, reminding everyone that we are brothers and sisters before we are competitors. His message, spread love, not hate, resonated deeply. It wasn't about boxing. It was about humanity, empathy, and standing together in the face of unimaginable loss.